Hi everyone and welcome back. So the final of Eurovision was more than a week ago, can you believe? And I wanted to make one more video talking about it. I wanted to make this video before, but as you can probably tell, my voice is gone. I haven't had a proper voice for about 5 days now, and it's really annoying. And it's why I wanted to just hurry up and make the video because I can't be bothered to wait for my voice to come back. So I'm just gonna try and talk and hope that I can get the words out. I don't know if I lost my voice because of Eurovision.
0 points.
Maybe. But yeah, I thought let's just try and do this. So I'm gonna make a video talking about Malmö again, talking about my time in Malmö. I've already uploaded my vlog, which is on my channel now if you haven't seen it, from Copenhagen and Malmö. But what I wanted to do was make another video talking about my personal highlights and my memories of the trip. And I did this for Liverpool last year as well, so I'm doing the same thing again. So I'll talk about my favourite memories of my time at Eurovision this year, or not even just favourite memories, but highlights, either positive or negative, things that stood out to me, things that I'll remember from the trip. I was only there for 4 whole days, but a lot happened in the 4 days, and it is still a lot to remember and a lot to talk about. So the contest is over, and I think a lot of people are relieved about that. It was a controversial one. I have briefly spoken about that before. I might touch on that a little bit again in this video. But yeah, you can tell from my vlog, I still had a great time in Malmö and Copenhagen, so I'd like to look back on that again. So one of my favourite memories and personal highlights from going to Malmö was going to the live semi-final one. My first time going to the live show, and you do forget it's live. You just forget about that while you're there. But yeah, going to a live show, sat in the arena, knowing that it's live on TV, you're at a live Eurovision show, is just a really great experience. I really recommend it. So yeah, that was a very special moment. It was great to go with my friend Faith. Shout out to Faith if you're watching this right now. We had a great time together, and seeing just the atmosphere. I mean, there were lots of Croatian fans. There were 2 Croatian fans sat in front of us, so they were really enjoying themselves. That was great to see. Lots of Irish fans, of course. Great night for them. And yeah, when the lights go down and you hear the theme tune, it's just, yeah, it gives you goosebumps.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And I said in my vlog, I talked a bit about the semi-final. The whole show was just amazing. I really loved the opening acts. I loved the Benjamin Ingrosso interval act. And looking back, I actually think I prefer the interval acts in the semi-finals to the final. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but I actually prefer the semi-final interval acts to the final. Yeah, they were all really good performances. I've watched the semi-final back to try and spot myself in the audience. And I have found myself in the audience just about very briefly for like a few seconds. There's no point me even showing you because it's so quick and you can hardly see me. But yeah, just after Lithuania and Germany, the camera sort of pans upwards to where we were sat, and I can kind of spot myself in the crowd. So yeah, that was fun to watch back and look for that. One of my favourite moments from that particular semi-final was Croatia. I mean, we all know how much that song gets the crowd going. In the final, it looked even better than the semi-final because they showed more of the audience on camera. But it was amazing in the semi-final as well. Such a good atmosphere. And that'll always be a standout moment for me to have been there and experienced that in the arena with the audience participation. So this year, I don't think they did this for Liverpool, but in the arena this year, they gave everyone a wristband, and the wristband would light up in different colours for each country. So when you watch the videos from the show, you see all the lights, the colours in the audience. It comes from the wristband, and there were different colours for each country, and that was really cool to see that all lit up in the arena. And in Croatia's performance, you see the crowd doing the dance like that, and the wristbands lighting up with it. So yeah, that was really cool. You couldn't keep the wristband. You had to take it off and give it back to them. I mean, if you wanted to, you probably could have walked out with it, but they wanted to have them back. So the other show that I went to was the following night, the night after semi-final 1, which was the preview show for semi-final 2. So not the live show, but the rehearsal show the night before the live show. And I spoke about this in my vlog as well. So this was, if we're talking about highlights, it was a highlight. Not always in a good way, but it was an experience, definitely. I mean, first of all, there was a whole issue of me getting stuck on the train halfway between the bridge between Denmark and Sweden. I still don't know it hasn't been confirmed what happened, but what happened was I was on the train from Copenhagen on the way to Malmö to the arena, and we stopped because, well, the announcement came through that there were people, unauthorised people, on the track in Malmö. We don't know if they were protesters, if it had anything to do with protesting for Eurovision. We don't know that, but that stopped all traffic between Denmark and Sweden for like 2 hours. So I thought I wasn't going to make it to the show. And the train that I was on was stuck literally in between. Luckily, the train went back to Copenhagen, which was better than being stuck in the middle of nowhere. And I noticed that a lot of fans were in the same position on the way to the show at the same time. And when we got back to Copenhagen, it was announced the bridge had suddenly opened again to Sweden. So I noticed there were other fans getting on the next train to go back to Malmö, and I thought, oh, should we really be doing this? Like, we're going to be late. They might not even let us in. But I followed them, and we got the train back to Malmö, got to the arena about 20 minutes late to the show. I think I missed like the first 5 songs of semi-final 2. It didn't matter that you were late at all. You know, the security, they were there. They just quickly checked the ticket, let you in. You can walk in whatever time you like. And I still made it to the show. I missed the first 5 songs, but I made it, and so did a lot of other people. So yeah, that'll always be a memory of the whole bridge train drama of Wednesday night. So this is semi-final 2 that we're talking about. So I think this could be a good time to talk about the whole Israel experience. Again, you know, not really like a positive favourite moment, like favourite highlight of mine, but definitely a memory would be experiencing that. I mean, you've all seen the videos of the booing, not just in the final, but in the other shows as well, and that does include the rehearsal shows. So I was at the first live, not live show, but the first full show that Israel performed in, the Wednesday night preview show. And I was sort of thinking, how is this going to go? Like, what's going to happen? Will there be protesting? Will there be booing? And there was a lot of booing. So that was really interesting. Well, if that's a word you can use to explain it, interesting to experience that, to be sat there and hear all the booing. I mean, I've never experienced anything like that before. Yeah, that's something that will stick with me. I imagine it was probably worse for the final as well, but it did happen in every show that Israel performed in. So it was very awkward to experience, very intense, just a lot of tension. Yeah, very awkward. Luckily, nothing really bad happened apart from the booing. There was a little bit of cheering as well throughout the song. But yeah, that's something that will always stick with me, is Israel performing on the stage and just that uncomfortable feeling of the booing echoing all around the arena, and then other people just sat there sort of looking a bit uncomfortable and awkward. Yeah, that's something. I mean, again, it's not like a good highlight, but it is a memory that I will have from that experience. I did notice that night for semi-final 2, there did seem to be a little bit more security, more of a security presence outside the arena. There were more police outside by the arena and by the train station, more than semi-final 1. I would say semi-final 1 felt a bit more normal, and then semi-final 2, yeah, just a little bit more of a security presence outside, I would say. Not by much though, but yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, the rest of the show was great. It was good to see Europapa live. About the whole Joost Klein disqualification thing, I have talked about this a little bit before. Yeah, it's still obviously a really unfortunate situation. The only positive thing that's come out of the disqualification is, first of all, the fact that Joost has become even more popular now. His popularity after this has just gone through the roof. He's gained even more of a following. So he's a winner in that in that sense. And also, the positive thing is that it happened after he performed in the semi-final. So at least he got to actually perform on that stage in some way. Imagine if that happened before the semi-final. That would be even worse. So at least he did get to perform in the semi-final, at least. And it was good to see it live in the arena as well.
Ik mis je elke dag, zodat ik stiekemjes fluister. Zie je nou, mama, ik heb naar je geluisterd.
Another positive memory would be, I think this applies to Eurovision in general, really. That would be meeting people, spending time with people, well, spending time with different people and having some alone time as well. And yeah, I think this applies to any Eurovision themed event in general, is bumping into people that you know from Twitter, that you know online. People, coming up to you, saying hello, recognising people. That's always something that's just really nice. And it did happen in Malmö. So shout out to all the people, the new people I met in Malmö, but also people I already know. One thing I noticed is that there were so many British people, so many UK fans, more than I expected. And I know that in one of the semi-finals, I can't remember which one it was, they did say that ticket sales mostly came from UK fans. There were more tickets that were bought from the UK than from anywhere else. So yeah, there were a lot of British people there. It felt like being back in Liverpool. So yeah, that was really nice. Also, another highlight would be not just the Eurovision side of things, but the travel side of things as well. And being able to go to both Copenhagen and Malmö so easily between the two, only half an hour between each other. And you can go to Denmark and Sweden. So even though I was there for 4 proper days, like 4 whole days, I still made the most of both cities as much as I could. Copenhagen, of course, really nice, really lovely weather as well. On the day that I spent the most time in Copenhagen, well, I stayed in Copenhagen. I think a lot of Eurovision fans did as well. But also Malmö. Malmö was actually nicer than I expected. Because I remember hearing about it and people were saying, oh no, Malmö is such a boring city, nothing to do. I mean, maybe there's not that much to do, but I thought it was really nice, actually. I mean, yeah, it's probably not that much in terms of tourism to do there, but it was a really nice vibe. It was very quiet, peaceful, just nice to walk around. Maybe because the weather was nice as well, it made it like even nicer. But I really liked what I saw of Malmö. It was just nice to, have a gentle walk around. So I think those are the main highlights for me. Going to the live semi-final, making the most of the time, looking around 2 cities, meeting new people and spending time with friends that I didn't even expect to be there. I saw more people that I knew than I thought I would. So that was good. And yeah, obviously there's the kind of negative memories as well, like the whole Israel situation. Um, I mean, I left before the final. I went home on Friday and I arrived just as everything was happening with the Netherlands disqualification. So yeah, I got away at a good time, I think. But the time I was there, it was really good. I'm glad I went. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I'll go to Switzerland next year. I think that will be, I mean, obviously it would be very expensive, but also it would be nice to have a year off maybe and just watch it at home, as tempting as it would be to go to Switzerland. Um, but yeah, maybe I'll have a break next year. There is one more favourite memory I have actually, and that is watching the final in Liverpool. So I went to Malmö for the semi-finals, but I came back and I went to Liverpool to watch the final. I watched it in the Euro Club that they used when it was hosted in Liverpool. And it does seem like Liverpool have really embraced it as a whole. And, you know, they're still doing Eurovision events in the city even when they're not hosting. So it does make me wonder if Liverpool has become almost like the official UK city of Eurovision. If that's the case, that's really cool, you know, to still have the atmosphere in Liverpool even after they've hosted. So yeah, watching it with a big group of people on a big screen in the Euro Club, that was a really nice atmosphere as well. That was fun. So if you were in Malmö, let me know what your experience was like. Did you enjoy it? Or were you watching at home, watching, well, anyway, however you celebrated it? I hope you enjoyed. And thank you for watching all of my videos from the week of Eurovision. My vlog that I made, where I talk too much, really. The performances I uploaded, they've been very popular. I've gained quite a few new subscribers as well, which is, I mean, really good to see. You know, I'm glad that people are enjoying the videos I upload. I'm nearly at 2,000 subscribers, so when I get to 2,000, that'll be a big achievement if I get to 2,000. But the fact I'm already nearly there in itself is, yeah, an achievement already. So now my voice is actually coming back. I can feel my voice improving, so that's good. So now we move forward to next year in Switzerland, whichever city that will be, Bern, Zurich, we don't know yet. I'm sure we'll know very soon. And yeah, like I said before, it's almost like a bit of a relief at the end of this year because there's so much controversy over it, some negativity over it, a lot of questions that have been left from it as well. You know, moving forward, will the Netherlands withdraw? Will Israel come back again? Or will Israel leave? I mean, will other countries withdraw? Yeah, it's there's a lot of questions facing the EBU at the moment, but will they be resolved? Who knows? So thank you for listening to my discussion on my experience in Malmö. I'm glad I went. It was a good time, and I hope you enjoyed it too, however you watched it. And yeah, like I said before, I'm close to 2,000 subscribers. If I get there, that will be amazing. And I might do a Q&A video to celebrate. I think I did that when I got to 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, I'll definitely try and do something for that and make some more videos going forward. I know we're going into the off season now where there's nothing really happening. I know we have got the junior contest coming up in November, so I might do some videos for that as well. But yeah, you will definitely see more of me very soon, hopefully. So thank you for sticking with me, and I'll see you for the next video, whatever that will be. Thank you, take care, and goodbye.